Is your med spa hosting a holiday party or a sales event? Now, really, this is the number one question to answer before you begin planning, because it really can make all the difference in the world in you being really happy at the end result of all your hard work of planning a holiday party or a quote unquote sales event. And today we're going to be reviewing the key differences between the two and really best practices to set yourself up for success. Now, guys, I know it seems simple to answer that question, but time and time again, when I talk to a med spa owner and I ask them about a holiday party and or launching a new device and holding an event or having a sales event or whatever type of event, they actually are not really clear on the differences between the two. And oftentimes they say, I'm having a sales event, or my event is intended or main goal to generate sales. They actually are so caught up in the party planning, the entertainment, the prizes, the giveaways, the decorations, the food, the drinks, right? That they spend little to no time on the actual orchestration of the sales and how to generate revenue that night. They think by just having packages presented to people that when they show up, they are going to buy. And so what happens is after you throw a couple of those quote unquote, in your mind, you think you're selling a sales of doing a sales event. In actuality, you were just hosting this party and you spent a lot of time and a lot of money on something that you were expecting to generate revenue, a large amount of revenue to make it worth your time. And in all actuality, you just hosted a really fun party and event. And there's a time and a place for a really fun party and event. It can build your brand. It can build deeper relationships with your patients. But if your goal, guys, is to have an event, and that could be a holiday party with a sales event, you certainly can achieve both at the same time. It's important that you follow some best practices to make sure that you are achieving your revenue goals. And I felt really called to share this training today after several conversations with clients over the last couple weeks as we are planning their holiday promos and really trying to drive sales and finish the year strong. Because sometimes we get people in our ear, device reps, that tell you like, oh, just host a party or host an event and you'll generate 50 grand or 100 grand. It's easy, right? And they tell you about how the practice down the street or maybe in the next town or over or in a different territory just launched their M-Sculpt Neo and they brought in 100 grand. Or they just did, their holiday party and they brought in 50 grand. There's lots of things that device reps will tell you, right? Because they want to sell you another device. They want you to buy more consumables for them, from them. And I don't think that they have really harmful intentions per se, but it's important to know the difference between your med spa and your strengths and your current status in your med spa compared to another med spa that, is at a different level or has, 10 times the patient database that you have. And so is it possible to do an event and make 25, 50, 75, 100, $150,000 in one event? Absolutely. And we have Diamond Accelerator clients that do just that, but you need to have the right expectations and the right planning and strategy in order to achieve the best results possible in where you are currently at in your med spa. Okay. So today, I want to make sure that you stick around because I'm going to be giving you free access to my complete guide to Med Spa Sales Event Blueprint. And you can take even if you don't execute the full thing, you can take some of the best tools and tricks that I share in this training and apply it to your holiday event, or do as much as you possibly can in your next sales event. And every single time, just get a little bit better. So for those of you that are joining us live, I'm really interested to know, are you hosting a holiday party before the end of the year or a sales event? What is your intention? In the comment box, I want to hear, are you hosting a holiday party or a sales event? All right. So I want to hear from you guys right now. What are you going to be hosting? What are you hosting? A sales event? I see. Okay. I see some holiday parties and a sales event, right? You have the intention of both. Great. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second to populate here, because I want to go over some keys to a successful sales event. And you can even apply this to your, take some of these tips and tricks to your holiday party as well. Now, some of these things have duplication for both. And some of these things you think that you may have done or are doing, but really haven't seen it all the way through. And so I want you to keep these things in mind. A lot of people check all the boxes when it comes to planning. A lot of people, minus maybe some goal setting. A lot of people check the boxes, most of the boxes when it comes to marketing. But one of the common challenges or shortcomings that I see is in the sales department. And the biggest thing is pulling a VIP list of your biggest spenders at your med spa and doing personal invites to make sure that those patients are showing up to your event. That's going to help you guarantee that you're going to have some sales that night. That's going to it's also going to deepen the relationships with those VIP spenders. Hopefully they bring their friends or refer other people to you. Those are the people that you want to make sure are at your event. And there's some fun marketing things that you can do to make those patients feel really special at scale that doesn't cost you a lot of money or a lot of time. Now, the next thing is, again, having an orchestrated sales process at your event. Oftentimes, we think if we just post the specials that it's going to generate a ton of sales. And for some med spas that have such a strong patient database, as a large number of patient database, and they've been having that same holiday party year after year where patients are trained to save up or to get ready for that day, to get to that special or that promo during that time season. That's the type of med spas that literally can just host a party and generate a bunch of sales. If you are not a med spa that has a huge patient database or 10 plus years of patients showing up year after year to an event, that's not how you're going to generate a lot of sales for your event. So you want to make sure that you set 3 very important goals for your event. Okay, how many people are you looking to attend your event? What's your sales goal and your end revenue goal? And once you know those goals and those numbers, then you can reverse engineer and develop a plan in order to achieve it. So I'm going to quickly go through some best practices. Hopefully, if you are having an event, that you've already are well underway in planning it, because you want to give yourself at least 8 weeks in advance, and you want to stay focused on your offerings during your event. That is going to help the education and the content being really focused to convert some of those higher ticket packages. Thursdays are the best days to hold events statistically. But you want to make sure that you are checking local calendar events and thinking about when people are going on vacation and during the holidays. And again, here are some best times to host your event, but you need to consider your target audience, their schedules, and commute times as well before choosing that final date and time. Now, again, if you're hosting a holiday party, right, then your space likely will look a little bit different than if it is a true sales event strategy, which is more presentation style or classroom style. We do find that events held on site of your med spa perform and generate more sales than offsite events, and it saves you more money than having to rent an offsite space as well. And again, you want to make sure that you're setting goals and that you're incentivizing your team to help you achieve and hit those goals. You need to think about, once you establish what your attendance goals are, you need to think about and develop a plan to achieve those numbers. If you want 30 people to attend, you can't just get 30 RSVPs, because we know that people are going to RSVP and then life happens, they forget, they get a sick kid, whatever it may be. You are statistically, if you have 30 RSVPs, you're going to only have 20 people show up. All right. And you'll be, if you, even when you follow the proper sales event blueprint and sales strategy, statistically, again, you're likely only going to close 50% of those people. So this is going, once you set your goals, then that's how you can reverse engineer the number of people that you need to get RSVPs for in order and to actually show up in order to hit your revenue goals. And if you want to increase your closing rate higher than the standard 50%, the best way to do that is to pre-qualify or have a more stringent qualifying process for RSVPs. What that could potentially look like if you, let's say, are doing a body event, then when someone reaches out to RSVP, you call them, and this is not pre-qualifying in the sense of asking them to give you $100 to attend your event. This is reaching out to them, letting them know that you got an RSVP and you just had a couple questions that you'd like to review over with them before confirming their entrance to your event. And that could be like, you know, are you within, 15 to 20 pounds of your ideal body weight? What have you tried in the past to achieve, your body goals? Basically, some of those basic questions that you would ask during a body consultation to just get them a little bit more buy-in. Another question you could ask is, if at the event we were able to recommend a treatment plan to get the results you were looking for, how quickly are you interested in achieving your results? Right away, this in the next couple months, next year, I don't know. And again, it just helps to get more buy-in and pre-qualification to get the right people showing up at your event. You want to make sure that at your event, whether it's you or the device rep potentially helping you present the packages, the technology, the treatment, that you don't use industry jargon, you don't get too technical, you still focus on solving the patient's pain points, speaking their language, hitting the emotional ties of what's been holding them back before having these challenges. Sharing stories and social proof still should be the main focus at your sales event. Door prizes and grand prizes are absolutely important piece of the puzzle to get butts in seats, to get people to show up. Yes, you are going to have a few people that, just come for the party, the appetizers, the drink, the free prizes. That's just part of hosting an event. But the real, and those people help with the atmosphere and energy of an event. So it's okay to have a few of those, right? But if you do your planning and strategy and pre-qualification on RSVPs correctly, you are going to get more of what you actually want at the event and not those quote unquote prize hogs. That's what we used to call people in my radio days, is prize hogs. Okay, and then you want to make sure that you will have a lot of energy at your event. You need to have a lot of energy even planning your event to get buy-in from your team. So don't miss out on that. So guys, here's what I want to do, because I literally could spend, hours talking about best practices and what you should do to have a really amazing event. But instead, what I would like to do is invite you and share with you my free training on the Medspa Sales Event Blueprint. It literally is over 50 pages of best practices, templates, assignments, marketing, like everything that you need to pull off your best event ever. Now, if you are having a holiday party and not a true sales event, then I still really encourage you to download this free training that I'm giving you, because there's still really great things that you can pull out from this sales event blueprint that you can apply to your holiday party that is going to help generate more revenue and sales for you at the end of the day. Because I'm a big fan of holiday parties. I just want to make sure that you're not hosting a holiday party thinking that you're hosting a sales event and that same result of what a sales event can do for your business. But if you apply some of these just minor strategies, small tweaks to your holiday party, not only is it going to be an amazing party and hopefully be a little bit easier for you to execute, but I sure hope that you are generating a good amount of sales during your holiday party as well. Because yes, you can generate deeper relationships with your patients. And yes, your staff loves a good holiday party. And it's great for your branding and reputation. And you can use all of that on your content and organic social media, right? But it's a lot of work. So why not make some good money that day as well? Why not create some really good offers, packages, treatment plans for your patients to take advantage of? And what I always say when it comes to, promos for whether it's a sales event or a holiday party, you want it to be a win-win for everyone, for the med spa and for the patient as well. So don't discount things like crazy and give away the farm on a la carte treatments or one and done treatments that the patient was going to already intend on buying or getting themselves. Make it be a win-win by, and again, this goes back to my Black Friday training that I did a couple weeks ago. If you want them to, they will spend more to get more treatments, get a better results, they will spend more. That is where it's a win-win for both the patients and for the med spa. Okay, so make sure that you put in the comments box if you want access, or reach out to us for access to this free training, and we will make sure that we deliver it to you. No strings attached, no cost. Download the Medspa Sales Event Blueprint, and I promise you that it's going to make your life easier. It's going to help you get organized. It's going to give you the proper mindset, whether again you're having a holiday event or if you are having a true sales event. It's going to set you up for success. So Michelle, we're going to make sure that we send that to you. Got your message there. No worries. And if you are hosting a holiday party, still, again, take the training, pull what you can, and then I would love to see in the new year, in first quarter, host your first true sales event. Maybe that's centered around RF microneedling. Maybe that's an injectable event. Maybe that's a sexual wellness event. Whatever it may be. When we surveyed the top med spas across the country doing multiple $1 million a year, you want to know how many events they were doing a year? 4 events a year, right? And if you're someone that isn't doing events yet or only doing 1, maybe it's not realistic to jump right to 4, but can you add 1 more to the mix, right? Or maybe once you do it once and you got the blueprint down, it'll be much easier for you to duplicate that in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor for questions at this time. Thanks so much for joining me live. Again, if you would like a copy or access to the free Medspa sales event blueprint, make sure that you send us a message and we will send it right over to you. Any questions? Awesome. All right. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for Kim. Kim, good seeing you. Thanks, everyone. And